Hello. So I watch real YouTubers on YouTube, and they've been doing this thing, the 50 things about me. Well, I didn't have the patience to sit and think about 50 things about me that people do or don't know. So I just came up with 20, and I had to write them. What is this on my arm? It hurts really bad. Anyway, other than that, I've come up with 50, or not 50, I'm sorry, 20 things about me that some people might not know. So here we go. Number one, when I was little, I wanted to be a cheetah. I've always been obsessed with cheetahs. Not to the point where I have everything cheetah and cheetah prints all over the place. It's just, the fact that I like them. So I wanted to be one because they run fast. I suck at spelling. I'm pretty sure I got this from my mother because she's really bad at spelling too. Which is really bad because me and Brian are both bad at spelling. Our kids are going to be stupid. No, I'm just kidding. But they'll be good looking. Next. I grew up in Schaumburg. So every time I go in Schaumburg, I have to drive past my old house. Just to see it, make sure everything's kosher. And if it's not, I do get mad. And I tend to post things on Facebook about it as well. I am terrified of June bugs. They're little tiny itty bitty bugs, but they're hard. And I don't know what it is, but they freak me out. I was trapped. That's my phone. I was trapped in the corner of my Schaumburg home, and my parents, my sister, everyone was just laughing at me. I'm like in tears, dying, thinking this June bug is going to come to life and become like a freaking transformer or something and eat me. Transformer reference. Anyways, crying, tears, it was horrible, horrible. I love Chinese puzzles. I will sit all different kinds. I will sit all day and play them. Number games, picture games, it doesn't matter. They might be Japanese. Anyway, those puzzles, love them. Sudoku, although I'm kind of over Sudoku now, but yeah, I was once not over Sudoku. My favorite candy is Butterfinger. Not many people know this. My husband didn't even know this. I tend to stay away from Butterfingers now because I get a little obsessed to the point where that is literally all I will eat if I have one. I just recently I wanted one because Brian brought one in the house and I saw it on the table and I was like, what is this? It was like one of those little itty bitty ones. I was like, what's this? And no, it wasn't even that. I smelled him eating it. I was like, what are you eating? And he said, candy bar. I was like, what kind of candy bar? And he said, why? And I said, you're eating a Butterfinger, aren't you? And I was so upset that he brought it in the house because from that point on, I wanted a Butterfinger. So I ended up getting a whole box of the mini Butterfingers. Ate them all in like an hour. It was great. But then I had to force myself to stop because, that kid leads to diabetes. My favorite thing to do is teach my niece bad habits and bad things. I tend to get her in trouble with this, but I try to keep her out of trouble because I do realize that I'm the one who's being a bad influence. But I can't help it because seeing like a little 6-year-old say things that like a grown-ass 33-year-old person would say is hilarious. So I teach her bad things, but then I make sure that she doesn't get in trouble. And then if she does get in trouble, then I just do the little don't say this unless it's in front of TT. And she's a really good listener. So yeah. Oops, my secret's out. I have one sister. Her name is Alicia. She's the only one that I claim. I collect snow globes. Ooh, I have them in this room. I collect snow globes. Been collecting them since I don't know how long. But see, they're all up there. I have lots of them. But yes, I collect snow globes. I used to get one every year for my birthday and for Christmas. And then we started moving around and stuff. So my mom stopped. I told my mom to stop getting them for me because I wanted to have them out on display. So yeah. Now they're out on display and I can collect them again. Hint to you, Mother. I love to weave. Everyone who was at my wedding knows this because my husband, who was freaking awesome, got me an 8 harness floor loom, which I've always wanted. Used it in college. Love it. Speaking of college, I was in college for 6 years. I know what you're thinking. No, I'm not stupid. I'm just super, super undecisive. Indecisive? Whichever the word is. I don't remember. But, so I went to school for, to be a special education teacher. Decided I didn't like that. Then I was going to be a regular teacher. Decided it was way too much paperwork for the amount of work that I was actually doing, so I stopped doing that. Then I wanted to be a math teacher, and then I wanted to be a music teacher, and then I wanted to be an art teacher, and then I finally was just like, screw that, we're just doing art by itself. So, graduated with my art degree. Which, by the way, I'm so happy that I made that decision. Otherwise, I would have never met my best friend, Nikki Potts, whom I love so very, very much. I hate washing my face, which is probably why I have this pimple here. Honestly, I know it's gross, and I should wash my face every day, but I don't. Like, I hate washing my face. It's horrible. I wash my face when I have makeup on, because I know that's really, really bad, but I do not wash my face on a daily basis. I figure, like, when I'm in the shower and I wipe it with water, I count that as washing, right? I mean, I rub a little extra harder to get it off. I just can't do the soap and water. It's just annoying. My favorite movie, lots of people know this though, my favorite movie is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, not Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That is a remake, and I don't like it. I mean, I like the movie, but it's nowhere near as good as Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Come on, let's be real. Those kids in that movie were awesome. The kids in the new movie, they're kind of annoying, right? I'm just saying. But not gonna knock Johnny Depp, because he is hot, and he was in that movie. My favorite actress used to be Julia Roberts. Loved Julia Roberts. She hasn't been in a lot of films lately, so I haven't really seen her that much. So I have knocked her down to number 2, and right now, number 2 is number 1, and that is Alyssa Milano. I love her. She's so cute, and she's little, and she was on my favorite show, Charmed. She's just awesome, and I love her. She's like down to earth, and she's got really nice tattoos, and she's super cool, and she's really pretty, and she's got really pretty hair too. But anyway, my favorite game is Mousetrap, and I always win unless my husband's playing with me, and then I lose because he cheats. Just saying. So if you ever are in a situation you have to play that game with him, don't play with him because he's a cheater. Love you, babe. So when my niece Anaya was born, I was like there in the video, or not in the video, in the delivery room. I had my camera going, I think I had a video. I don't remember. I don't have that phone anymore. But anyway, not when she was actually pushing, because my sister was like, no, don't do it. Angie, that was for you. So my sister had pushed Anaya out, and my mom stayed with my sister. I went with Anaya, and I was just like so happy and excited. I'm like, yeah, I have a niece. The second that little girl started crying, her dimple popped out, and I started hysterically crying. I don't know what it was. It was the first time I had any tears at all through the whole experience. But whatever it was with the dimples, because I have dimples, you can't really see them because I'm bigger right now. But I have dimples, my mom has dimples, and my sister has dimples sometimes. But Anaya got her dimples. I was so excited. I was excited. It makes me happy. But anyway, every time I think about it, it makes me happy. When I was little, I fell asleep with my eyes wide open because my cousin let me watch Fright Night. I was little. That movie is not scary. However, I was little, and you don't you don't let little kids watch that movie. That was bad. Bad news bears. My husband laughs at me for this because if something's been in the freezer for too long, I won't eat it because I assume and I can taste the freezer burn. He's like, you can't have freezer burn. Angie just experienced it. She gave me a piece of ice and it tasted very weird, and I knew it was in the freezer, so I said the ice had freezer burn. To me, it makes total sense. Something coming out of the freezer that's supposed to taste normal comes out of the freezer, it's not normal. Freezer burn. That's all I'm saying. Freezer burn. It's a deadly epidemic. When I was little, I used to jump off things, and one time I jumped off a flight of concrete stairs. I think my mom said it was like 7 steps. I jumped down because my father was at the bottom of the hill. He was not paying attention. But to me, in my little eyes, I think it was like 2 when I did. No, I wasn't 2. I had to been probably like 5 or something. But in my little mind, he was paying total attention to me like you would a 5-year-old, right? But I saw my dad, and I was like, whee! And I jumped, and I landed on my feet, but I sprained both my ankles. I didn't break them. I sprained them. So what does that tell you? I'm resilient. Just saying. The final thing is, and some people know this, I am not right now a violent person, and lots of people know that. But when I was little, I wasn't really violent either when I was little, but I did like to bite people, like if they got out of line. My father used to say I show my love biting, by biting. I did bite my sister in the stomach and made her bleed when I was little because, now this was, she always says that I was just mean, but I warned her. I told her not to touch my nightgown and she touched it anyway, and I bit her because I thought that's what I should do because she did something I didn't like, but I'm sorry, Bia. Sorry. I also threatened to bite my teacher when I was in elementary school because I wanted to be the line leader and she wouldn't let me be the line leader, and I said fine, whatever, I'm not going outside. And I went under we had this table that was shaped like a boat, so I went under the table and I was like, no, I'm not coming out. And she tried to put her hand in there and get me, and I was like, look lady, you touch me one more time, I'm gonna bite your hand off. So needless to say, she didn't get me out, but they did call my mother to have her come get me out. Yeah. And then I was in like 5th grade or something. I want to say 5th grade, but maybe it wasn't. But this little kid stuck his middle finger up at me, and I was like, oh my God, that's so bad. He's like, no, it's not. And I was like, yeah, it's bad. And he's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, you don't even know what it means. And he's like, because it's not bad. And I was like, yes, it is. It's really, really bad. And he's like, okay, what does it mean? And I was like, oh, I can't say that. And he's like, well, write it down. So, of course, I wrote it down. Everyone knows what it means now. So I wrote it down and slid it to him like, and he goes, oh my God, she's swearing at me. I was like, what? You didn't know what it means. I was trying to educate you, dummy. So I took the piece of paper, put it in first I put it in my desk and sat on my desk and was like, no one's getting in my desk because I'm sitting my ass on it right now. And the teacher comes, Ebony, what's in your desk? Get up. She makes me get up. I open my desk. I immediately take the piece of paper out and pop it in my mouth. What are they going to do now? I thought maybe I was going to swallow a piece of paper. But anyway, she tried to get the piece of paper out of my mouth. I told her if she put her hands on my face again, I was going to bite her. Again, my mother was called. So needless to say, I was a biter. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the 20 things about me. If anyone ever sees this, do 20 things about you. You know, it could be anything, everything. You can do 50. I just couldn't do 50, and I kind of get, as you can tell, kind of get a little hyper, start talking super fast, and my mouth gets tired, then I don't want to be on camera anymore, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, thanks so much for listening. Bye.